Well, here we have a Kswap, as you can see. It's not one that we've done, but we've certainly fixed it, got it up and running. So the customer had a good old go at it at home, and we had to rectify a few little bits and bobs and finish it off. And it's just up on the dyno now for a bit of mapping. So we're going to get it on power. Hopefully, everything's going according to plan so far. And we'll have a little chat at the end with Richard, and he can talk us through it. But yeah, there you go. So that's what we're doing first job this morning, as we're waiting on some customers for some other vehicles. So yeah, let's see. It's going to be a good day today. I'm still a bit wobbly after my jab, but I'll do my best. Okay, Richard. Well, Jason's making a lot of noise in the background.
He's going to make noise anyway.
I know. We'll do this in one take, though. It's okay. It's okay.
We'll try and do it.
So this car is a Honda.
It was originally a Honda EJ9.
A Honda EJ9, and it's had a K20 swap.
Yeah, customer bought it, swapped already, and in this condition, basically, the way I understand it, but as a non-runner.
Yeah.
So whoever had started the conversion obviously got out of the depth and couldn't finish it, do well.
Sure.
So we were given the mandate, can I drop it off, and you guys just get it running and make it safe, you know, and all the rest of it, and I'll pick it up basically when it's up and running.
Yeah,
So that's what we're left with. Many things wrong with this car. As you can see, well, start painting the engine bay is pretty horrendous, to be fair, because they've literally painted everything, or painted over everything, should I say. And then obviously put this engine in. We'll start with the engine itself. The engine itself was okay.
Hang on. Okay.
The engine itself was okay. Didn't have any, faults with it or anything that we could see or any problems. The fuel system was a right mess. Basically, the wrong way round on the regulator. Things running backwards and forwards in a silly loop. So we've tidied the fuel system up, sorted all the leaks out, tried to deal with all that sort of stuff, and get that all dealt with, and get that done. What else have we got on the list? Wiring was a massive issue. Loads of Scotch locks at the ECU, which anybody hates, and it's a particular mess. So, not making connections properly, things not working. The fuel pump wasn't working properly. I had crimp connections on the fuel pump in the tank, so that wasn't making a connection. The sort of list goes on and on. A lot of wiring issues, basically. Basically, nothing that wasn't easy to fix with a soldering iron and doing the joints properly, rather than Scotch locks and connectors.
Sure.
So at that point we got it running. We drained the fuel out of it, put some fresh fuel in because we didn't know how old the fuel was. Did valve clearances on the engine because it sounded a little bit tappy, but other than that it was good.
The reason for draining the fuel out and putting fresh fuel in, people might want to...
Well, we don't know how long it's been in there. I mean, obviously, again, this car could have sat for 2 years on someone's driveway, never been able to get it running. So old fuel, and we were mapping, so I wanted to put decent fresh fuel in there. Put some V-Power 99 in there. After draining the tank, we had a problem where it was overheating, so we've had to take the thermostat out. The thermostat was stuck shut, it's got a little adapter, so we took the thermostat out because it was the quickest and easiest solution to that problem. Got all the fans working, sort of tidied the engine bay up a little bit. I mean, we weren't going to go mad with the engine bay because the customer was obviously going to perhaps have it back and deal with that.
Bits he could do himself.
Bits he could do himself, basically. Ran an earth cable because they put a battery in the boot, no earth cable from front to back, so we've ran that. Went through all the front suspension, but couldn't even push the car. When the car got here, we couldn't push it. Hub nuts loose, all the front subframe bolts loose. Basically, it's had possibly like an EG front subframe fitted to it. Everything was left loose, nothing was tight. So we've gone through, done a full nut and bolt check on it, tightened everything up, got a wheel geometry done on it so that obviously we can put it on the dyno and do what we've done today. And then we finished off mapping it.
Yeah, and what figures have we made, Rich?
We finished at 234, I believe.
It made some flames, and that was my favourite bit. But it finished on 234?
Yeah, finished on 234. A slight little dip in this mid-range here that we're not necessarily used to seeing, but I have seen this on Kswap conversions where they're using the manifold without the megaphone centre section, as I call it, where it expands up and then contracts down. They tend to, for some reason, when they're just open, and it's 2.5 inch, the exhaust is more than adequate.
Yeah.
I think it's just the design of the manifold gives us this mid-range dip for some reason. You know, you can take fuel out, you put fuel in, you can do timing, do whatever. It doesn't seem to go. It's definitely a hardware problem, and I have seen it before. Not that causes a major problem, but it's just a little lull in power there, which is a little annoying. But we're mapping with the setup we've got, and we finished at 234, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah. And what was it on? K Pro?
It was on K Pro, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Well, do you like it, Jason? Yes. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. And we shall see you on the next one, won't we, Rich?
We will indeed.
Yes, good lads. Yes. Yeah, what do you mean, no thanks?
No, thank you, my friend.
Yes.
No thanks.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, guys. Job done.
JD.
Life moves pretty fast.